Hey everybody, What's It Fox Gaming here. So today I wanted to bring you a review of the new Memento Exotic Backpack that is obtained from the Season 3 Season Pass, which is essentially the launch of TU11. You just need to get to level 90, and as long as you own Warlords of New York, that is the only prerequisite for being able to get this backpack. Once you do obtain it, it will appear in the general loot pool, and as of TU12 onwards, I assume they'll be putting it in the general loot pool then anyway, which is exactly what they did for the Season 1 and 2 exclusives, Coyotes and Vile. So, Memento, what does it do? Now, I will say this straight off the bat, even though I've done limited testing with this, I'm already pretty confident in saying that if you are a solo player, this is the single best armor piece that you can equip. It is phenomenal in solo content, very, very strong, and still pretty good in group content. But where it really shines is in content where you can get a lot of kills effectively by yourself, because you need to get kills to get a lot of the benefits. So you may notice that it has 3 core attributes. It rolls by default with weapon damage, armor and skill tier, and it has no minor attributes, just the mod slot that I put in a crit chance mod there. So this means that on my old Hunter's build that was 1 blue core from my holster and 5 red, I'm now technically at 5 red, 2 blue and 1 yellow. This means that my shield is tier 3 because that's always a combination of yellow and blue, and my hive is tier 1 because I've got the yellow on the backpack as well. So I can throw out my hive to res somebody on technically a 5 red 1 blue build, still have a charge left myself if I pick it up. Really, really potent, and it just opens up so many different opportunities. My shield is super strong even though I'm at a very low armor build as well, and I'm sat at 1.1 million armor even though I'm on 5 reds. So it opens up so many different hybrid options. You could throw in some blues, some yellows, and whatever else you want in here and still be potentially at cap, depending on how you want to play it. So that's the smaller part of what this does. It's very good, but the better part by a country mile is the talent. Kill confirmed. Enemies that you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts for 10 seconds. So for every red core we get 5% weapon damage, that would be 25% for me. For every blue core we get 10% bonus armor, so that's 20 for me. And for every yellow, which is just the one, we get 5% skill efficiency. Skill efficiency buffs almost every aspect of a skill, just like the Artificer, but they do break that down in the patch notes for TU11, so I would recommend going through those if you haven't done so already. So that's fantastic. We can have 25% weapon damage just for picking up 1 trophy. It's crazy. This means you could put this on a high armor build and make up for the lack of damage by having a couple of red in there. Like I said before, there's so many combinations. The long-term buff is my favourite though. For every trophy collected, you gain an additional 1% weapon damage on top of everything we've just gone through, an additional 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for 300 seconds. That's 5 minutes. It's crazy. Now the stacks do cap out at 30 there, so basically you pick up 1 trophy from 1 kill to get the top part active straight away, and up to 30 kills later, when you've picked up all of those, you're going to have 30 stacks. That means that even on a build like mine with, essentially majority red and no armor regen, I'm going to be at 3% armor regen for 5 minutes. Imagine running that in the dark zone with a bellstone in there as well. You'd be at 4%, just clear out a couple of landmarks, and then you can start pushing rogue agents with massive armor regen. Honestly, this thing in the dark zone in group or solo play is going to be phenomenal. We also get with those 30 stacks 30% weapon damage and 30% skill efficiency. So again, this is going to buff all of our weapons, our skills, it's just everything. It's amazing. So in conjunction with hunters with a 20% armor on kill, plus I've got gunners, that's 30, I'm also getting all of that armor regen and of course all the weapon damage. You're going to turn into a walking tank that can kill as much as any other build. Now yes, you do take a hit on your critical hit chance and damage because there's no minor attributes, so minors drop right down to 104, which definitely loses out. But then you could even potentially factor in the Backfire here, which gives you 200% critical hit damage, and just getting a booster hive that's going to be buffed right up because of your skill efficiency. So I'm literally thinking of these as I'm going through this video. There's just so many different combinations, it's unreal. So what I'm going to do now is just go into a heroic mission solo and show you exactly how this works. I'm not going to go too much into the build because, as I said before, this is more a review of the backpack and less a build video, as there's just too many builds to think about right now for this backpack. And I just think that hunters with this Memento is going to be the best combination for solo play, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate that right now. If you do want to see my original Hunters video, just check out the previous one that I released. It's a really nice build and it is incredible right up until Legendary Summit, where we kind of just switched to skill builds. But Hunters is just the best gear set in the game at the moment. Right, less talky, more shooty. Now I do need some Sokolov, so I'm going to go into this mission here because that is the targeted loot.
There are a few high priority targets.
Let's go get some trophies.
Their codenames are Puck, Roadblock, and Carver.
So that's the trophy just there. Now we've got 0.1% armor regen. I've got the bonus armor as well. Now yes, I could use this with what's it called? Intimidate, because you get loads of bonus armor, but I felt that the 10 seconds just didn't feel like it was long enough to reliably go from kill to kill, so I put Obliterate on this build, and we're getting so much weapon damage from the backpack anyway just by collecting those trophies that, you know, I didn't necessarily need the massive multiplicative damage bonus. Testing it with Obliterate, I found I just had more damage over the course of an entire mission, because you don't have to do anything, you just shoot stuff from any range. Get that extra weapon damage. More bonus armor. Look at that, 2 charges as well on my red hive. It's always nice, you love to see it. We get some more armor regen. So if you look at my buff bar right now, let's just kill this guy real quick. You see that I have the orange sort of mechanical arm looking symbol. That's the 10-second one where you get your bonus armor and the big burst of weapon damage. And the grey one is the 300-second one. So essentially the grey bar right at the bottom of that you can now see is how many stacks I have, which looks like it's about 12 or 13. And then the big box itself with the mechanical arm inside it, that grey bar there is the 300 seconds. So when that fills up, it runs out. So that'll slowly fill up as time goes on. I think it refreshes each time you pick up a new trophy anyway, so you literally have 100% uptime as far as I'm aware. Let's find out. Dark Winter for the win. Yeah, it does indeed refresh it. Perfect. Oh, this backpack. Honestly, I'm so happy with all of the different loot items that have been released in TU11, the exotics, the gear sets, the brand sets, they're all just amazing. Where am I going here? Let's watch my armor regen. Oh, look, that's flying up. What I really want to see is how well this performs against the boss. Oh, there's the boss here, isn't there? Perfect. I can actually land my shots, that is. Oh, get deleted. Ugh. And all this bonus armor's allowing me to tank through all of the extra damage, and then the armor regen is just working its way in the background. I like Hunter's View because it lets you see stuff through walls as well. Particularly good if you play with the
Continue clearing the building.
what's it called? The Fog of War directive. If you have no radar, it just helps you see stuff through walls, so it's quite a nice little feature. That doesn't work in PvP because that would just be straight up broken, but when you can see them, you can see the buff above their head. It doesn't always show, just like Negotiators doesn't, but it's still there. I've already tested it, it's still there. So we're nearly at max stacks already, which means we're probably already over 2% ammo regen. Yeah, honestly, if you put this exact build together for Summit with either a Obliterate or Intimidate, you're going to be having the best time. I'm using the Dark Winter. Use whatever SMG you want, or a shotgun. The mop could be really good as well. Backfire could be really strong if you get a bit of Hasbro in there. Check out my Backfire video if you haven't done so already. And the best part is, if you're going to use this in the Dark Zone, what you could do is get a few kills early, and then just leave the trophies on the floor and run over them as and when you need them for... Oh, I took away my... Took away my shield there, that was silly. My armor regen's coming in clutch. No! I couldn't go around the back of that guy. So that's the lack of crit hit damage there that was affecting me.
Serious trauma detected.
Oh, no! 2 trophies there, so that's good. They do stack up on top of each other. Oh, that's where I was getting shot from up there. Could even give a Lady Death just to close the kills faster. Is it proper for this? It doesn't. What I will say is, don't judge this build based off of my performance. Yes, and I've not thought too much about the build just yet, but I suck at this game, which is why I very easily died against that boss. I think skill efficiency gives you skill haste as well, so you might even get your res hives back faster. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, you might be able to. Okay, well, we don't need to go any further. That's about as much as I wanted to showcase there anyway. So let me know what you think to the backpack, if you think this is as strong as I think it is. Like I said before, for solo content and certainly paired with hunters, I think it's going to be top tier. For group play, less so, but in the summit it's going to be very strong because as you get higher, you get so many adds that you can get all your own kills anyway. Yeah, I think this is great. I love the idea that it works well with this build because you're always going to be running around with the hunter's build, so you know you do have to pick up those trophies. But yeah, honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you again for sticking through to the end of this video and for the continued support of the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.